Greetings. My name is Dr. Anna Nesamopoku, EduDASK, with regards to my passion and deliberate efforts to contribute to a rather excellent academic laurels that seeks to make change and contribute to society and gets the individual to be a global impacting citizen. I would want to, as it were, present a platform to such individuals to school abroad on a scholarship and have an education that is rather diverse and that is rather experiential, that he or she will contribute to his God-given purpose and be resourceful. Reasons why I am EduDASK. I want to do same for you, and I want you to share and talk to the next person about this service, and let's contribute to change. While you do that, I want you to take note of the subject for this presentation: alcohol and society, an incentive to crime. I want to discuss with you about the media house today to report accurately the cause of crime. Columbus, Ohio, the news media seriously under report the role alcohol plays in violent crimes, injuries, and traffic accidents, according to a new national study. While alcohol is believed to play a role in about 1/3 of homicides and fatal motor vehicle accidents, media reports linked alcohol to specific accidents of crime significantly less. The report by Michael Slater points out that some of the largest discrepancies occurred in reporting alcohol use in violent crimes, particularly for television news. Only 1.4% of television news stories in the sample mention the role of alcohol in their reporting of homicide, according to Michael Slater, co-author of the study and professor of communications at Ohio State University. Michael Slater mentioned this report, and I thought I brought your notice, even you, the journalist, you, the media person. You should want to take note of this and be aware, and rather look at a reportage that looks at the source of crime and rather focus on the crime itself. Let us know what caused the crime. If it was alcohol, let us know. Give the source of the crime a voice. Let us be updated. Let us know its consequence, and let us be informed. There is not one case in 20 where a man is tried for his life in which rum is not the direct or indirect cause of the murder. Rum and blood, the shedding of blood, go hand in hand. There's drunkenness and crime in the land. High percentage of crime attributable to liquor, and I'm telling you that 9/10 of those who are taken to prison are those who have learned to drink. You understand? Alcohol and society. Remember our subject for the presentation: alcohol and society. While alcohol and crime are related, alcohol rules and operates the individual and is unable to free the individual from his mental capacity to put it to good use. Now, I want to look at some of the specific crimes that drinking alcohol will contribute to or will result in. Now, we're looking at murders, we're looking at theft, we're looking at incendiarism, we're looking at murder that has been influenced under liquor. But with all this crime, yet the case of liquor is still legalized and works untold room on the people, on the masses. Now, with regards to the work of the seller, the one who sells the alcohol, the producer, the seller, all the stakeholders involved, they have contributed to harm. They've contributed to harm to the house of the prostitutes. They've contributed to the woes of the insane asylums and that of the hospital patients. They've contributed to woes of these individuals, of these persons, of these institutions. Now, in the city and the country, on the railway trains, on the great steamers, in places of businesses, in the house of pleasure, in medical dispensary, even in church, on the sacred communion table, we see the trap of liquor. Liquor is everywhere, and it seems not to have been taken notice of. Nothing is left undone to create and to foster the desire for intoxicants. Alcohol in church legalized it. We are not against alcohol, but the church that you belong seems to encourage it. And I'm telling you about the effects, the consequences of alcohol. And I'm giving you report, and I've shown you data, shown you a report. What is your decision? What is your stand? How would you want to contribute to this awareness, this call for change? What are the motivations that the church supports alcohol? Would you support it with data why you thought that the church is in a position to promote alcohol? Just suppose the ills I have suggested, I have spelled out, I have indicated, and I have by means of a data presented to you. You see, now to the extent that the drinker takes the cup of liquor and close it to his lips or her lips, the resulting factors that results in crime will not excuse the drunkard, or as well the drinker, will not excuse the drinker. Your excuse that you were drunk is not excusable. You become responsible for the injuries that you cause to yourself and to others. A bit of history. In the days before the flood, the reason why the earth was destroyed was one because of drunkenness. For a time after the great earthquake along the coast of California, the authorities in San Francisco and in some of the smaller cities and towns ordered the closing of all liquor saloons. Now I'm sharing with you an object lesson from San Francisco with regards to their whole experience, the flood experience. So marked were the effects of this strictly enforced ordinance that the attention of thinking men throughout America and notably on the Pacific coast was directed to the advantages that would result from a permanent closing of all saloons. During many weeks following the earthquake in San Francisco, very little drunkenness was seen. No intoxicating drinks were sold. This organized and unsettled state of affairs gave the city officials reasons to expect an abnormal increase of disorder and crime, and they were greatly surprised to find the opposite true. Those from whom was expected much trouble gave but little. This remarkable freedom from violence and crime was traceable largely to the disuse of intoxicants. The editors of some of the leading dailies took the position that it would be for the permanent betterment of society and for the upbuilding of the best interest of the city, were the saloons to remain closed forever. But wise counsel was swept aside, and within a few short weeks, permission was given the liquor dealers to reopen their places of business. Upon the payment of a considerably higher license than had formerly been paid into the city treasury, the guardians of the public welfare have proved unfaithful to their trust. by legalizing the sale of liquor. They know that in doing this, they are virtually licensing the commission of crime, and yet their knowledge of this sure results deters them not. They still legalized alcohol. San Francisco's experience should have kept us reminded and should have advised us as to the effects when these liquor salons were closed, and still we maintain less crime. But at their reopening, we saw its consequence. Take note how many thousands and millions of dollars they invest into this wickedness and carry on dissolution, corruption, and crime, whilst this investment could have been used wisely. I thought I shared this with you, that you come to a consciousness of the consequence of alcohol. If you are being introduced to, you don't want to advise yourself. If you're already into it, the details and the data has been presented to you, and you know its consequence. Don't be the victim, be the victim. Let me hear from you what your thoughts are. I encourage you to share what you have heard. Follow me on the social media platform, share, be a friend. Let's get talking. I can't wait to hear from you. Great love.